program and to ask some questions.
Yes.
So now we can start and about rest questions. So there have the three questions. So the one question is how do you rent the seating for this area? So can you give me a 5 grades and a 0 to 5?
Hi everyone, I am Oy'Nissh, and as you know, I've been vlogging about discovering Scotland, different park areas, and I do a lot of foraging. And today I was foraging for raspberries, and in the past I've done other parks where I forage for cherries. Now I'm fortunate to run into two students who are doing research, two students from the University of Edinburgh.
Hi.
And they are talking about the benefits of parks. And I'm actually concluding my time in this park after foraging. So it's really nice to now share with them actual experience so they can get first-hand information for someone who is actually interested in this topic. So my name is Oy'Nissh.
Hi, nice to meet you.
And I am a
Catherine.
Catherine?
This is
I'm Charlie. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, I'm Jamaican.
Jamaican.
Jamaican,
Nice
yes.
to meet you.
So I do foraging vlogs, but also discovering vlogs because I love to walk.
Oh, nice.
So that's the idea of parks. So I was about to vlog a summer
So
park
many
if you win.
park. Yes, me too.
So this one I was planning to vlog in this area in the next half an hour. Just for the summer view. I've done winter, I've done autumn. I was planning to do the summer one and I ran into you. So that's good. So please introduce yourself again.
Okay. So
Your name?
My name?
Please introduce again. Sorry, I missed
Okay.
it.
Hi everyone, and my name is Katherine. And
Catherine.
yes, and I study in the landscape architecture in the University of Edinburgh. I'm a
Yes.
master. So now I need to finish my dissertation about Craigmillar Castle Park with the people's well-being. Some field questions. I need to give some people for the questionnaire or interview.
Yes.
Yes.
And,
that's all.
and for you?
Hi everyone, my name is Charlie. I'm also a student in the University of Edinburgh, and I'm also a master. And now I help my girlfriend to finish her study. That's all.
No. For benefit's sake, while they're doing the research, I'm hoping to also record this and have it on YouTube so they can access it in the future. Just to give context of actual video footage of someone engaged in the I would say enjoyment of walking in the Craigmillar Castle Park area. No, there are two parts to it. I'll take you to the other part where I went foraging, right? And show you some of the benefits of the area.
Yes, exactly.
But for me, one of it is walking. But my best bet is for you to go through the questionnaire because obviously it's part of your curriculum. But what it means is you can ask the question while we walk, and you can also take in the ambience of the area.
Okay.
Firstly, the greater Craigmillar Park area composes of two parks. You've got the Craigmillar Park, which we are now, but if you cross on the other side of the road, there's an area called Little France Park, with which the University of Edinburgh Medical School is, and the hospital, Royal Infirmary Hospital.
Yeah, I know that.
Exactly. So it ties in. So if you want to ask a question as we walk along and talk, that's
Okay,
fine.
That's great. I'm doing, yes, research is used to go along the program and to ask some questions.
Yes.
So now we can start and about rest questions. So there have the three questions. So the one question is how do you arrange the seating for this area? So can you give me a 5 grades and a 0 to 5?
5.
5.
Definitely 5.
Okay. So how would you rate the cleanliness of the roads in this area? 0 to 5.
Oh, it's clean. It's well maintained.
Yeah, it's 5 or cleanliness?
5.
5. Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, that's great. So to what extent you can get a good rest in this area?
Rest?
Yes, rest as it's break and
Yes.
relax.
The park is quite extensive. So there are plenty opportunities to walk around, but there are places of relaxations. There are special sites. You'd have to actually be there.
Yes.
But there are many places where you have seats. That's the first thing that you can rest. You sit and just relax. Some that are in the open, some that are closer to the woodland bits, so there's a bit of shade. But also, like myself and many of the people in the Craigmillar region would just line the grass, and especially because the summer weather is absolutely beautiful at the moment.
Yeah.
It's good for just relaxation, for picnics. So it's ideal for resting. Craigmillar Castle is one of the main attractions because there are benches there and there are areas for sitting down. But there's another part on the Little France Park area that's also ideal for that. So I would say that it's absolutely great for relaxation and rest if you're into that. However, it's less so during winter, obviously because it's cold and it's frosty. But also I noticed during springtime, especially late spring, it can get very wet. So that's one of the disadvantages.
Yeah, that's a very
So
very nice space to gives people to relax.
Yes.
And, a peace.
Yes. So definitely, if you're thinking about stopping and relaxing in terms of lying in the grass, sitting down, it's ideal during summer, going into early autumn. But once it starts to get really wet, it's not great. However, overall relaxation, that doesn't necessarily mean sitting down, but like maybe walking at a gentle pace, communicating with others, maybe while talking and so forth, or for cycling as relaxation or as a pastime, is quite perfect because we've got all these tracks that people can cycle past or walk, and there are many of such tracks parts throughout the region.
Yes, and last question about this road. So yes, do you think this road is easy to lose away less?
Oh no.
No. Because it's just a few signage. You can say.
Yes, for example, it's well signposted, as you can see. So it said Adventure Playground, Old Dalkeith Road, Inch. So it indicates you can go to 3 areas. Firstly, it takes the first place you'll end up at is the Adventure Playground for kids. Secondly, after that, you hit the Old Dalkeith Road that takes you back to Morden and the Royal Infirmary. If you cross the road, it takes you to the Inch. So it's well signposted. Going this direction, you hit Craigmillar Castle first, and then actually, I thought they would have put Little France Park, then Royal in front. But whichever the order, it takes you to that direction anyway, because that road takes you there anyway. So it's well signposted. And it should have the writing on the other side too, I hope. There you go. So yes, it's well signposted. So, and it's
easy.
It's the same all over. You'll find them.
Okay, got it. Thank you very much. So keep
Yes,
going.
yes.
So please rate the reasonableness of the street signage in this area. So what do you think is 0 to 5?
The reasonable?
Reasonableness
Of the street
of
sign.
the street signs.
Yes, it's reasonable enough. I believe there is sufficient to indicate where you are. They're placed in the right location for people to know where they need to go. So for example, when you reach to the top of the road, so for example, if you're now about to come into this part of the park, I would say it's reasonable that they've got a sign there to indicate just as you enter the park, this is where you're going to go.
Nice.
If you go to the bottom there, it's also indicated where you'll be going once you hit the park, once you enter the park.
Yeah.
This is the same thing on the other side of the park. It's quite reasonable for people to assess or to orientate where they'll be going, because you already get the sign at the very entrance of the main regions of the park where you'll be going if you follow a particular path. So yes, it's good that you have it at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of a journey. Because if you're in the middle and there is no sign posted, then
Yeah,
you would know
I
where
found
to
that.
go.
There is no medium. This is side and around the castle. Yes.
I don't think, maybe because the castle is so close to the road
Yeah.
from this end, so maybe there aren't any sign posted, but possibly it might be that. That's the thing, I've never checked if there is any sign in the mid-castle area, in the castle region. But I want to believe, because the castle is so close to the road, it's easy to sort of assess that if you leave the castle, you're at the road. On the other side of the castle, if you go behind the castle and go that way, it's the same thing. So there's the road. If you ventured off the road into the castle ground, you reach the castle. By the time you come up here again, you're back on the road. So whichever direction you turn, you're back on the road. But I want to believe that there must be some signs in the middle. I can't pinpoint for sure where all of them are. But it might, I would recommend that you both walk around, especially in the middle area. As I said, the entrance are good, so check the entrance that they're signposted. Check the middle, that there's some indication as to where you are in the park. I'm thinking there should be, when we reach the top, there will be like a plaque to tell you where the map of the area is. So it's like a dashboard. I wouldn't say a plaque, it's more like a map, and the map sort of gives you an idea of where you are. So maybe one of the things would be recommended is to have some type of digital stuff on the map, which they do in Scotland. They keep a digital scanner part of it, where you can scan and you upload it on your phone. So when you need to use it, you just, yes. Other than that, just take a picture of it on your phone.
Take more pictures in here.
Exactly.
Every day. I stayed here the 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, so you just take a picture, and it means now that you can just on your phone load up the picture and look where you are. But there should be one there. Keep going.
So please rate the quality of the routes in this area.
The quality of the routes?
Yes.
Superb. 5 out of 5.
5.
Yes.
Okay, so when do you walk on the roads in these areas, it is easy to get to where you want to go.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So this is to the Little France Park, directly to Little France Park.
And they have
To the Royal Infirmary, directly to the Royal Infirmary, no question. So that's the other park, the other side of the park.
So last question is about nature, and please rate the environment of this.
Sorry.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
also.
No, it wasn't damaged a couple weeks ago. It's recent, so it wasn't damaged. So
I think this is new, and last time I saw this map is nice.
it's updated, but
I think
someone had vandalized it recently. Just 2-3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, it wasn't like that. So that's recent.
okay.
And so the last question.
Yes, last questions about nature. So nature is placed into the environment of this area.
Hold on a second. How do you score it?
Please rent the environment of this area.
So
Environment.
yes.
Yes.
Out of what, 5?
Yes.
It's 5, definitely.
Fine. Definitely. Yes.
Definitely.
Rent the abundance of plant types.
Oh yes, plant types.
It's
Absolutely amazing. Yes. I wouldn't say that they are named. You know, like in the botanical garden, Edinburgh Botanical Garden, they are named.
Yeah, garden.
I don't. That's a separate thing. This isn't a botanical garden, so you won't get the individual names of stuff. This is more like a woodland environment where nature sort of stay as it is, but the variety of plants are vast. You get plenty of cherry trees, I think maybe birch, I think, and other plants that I don't know about. I'm not a botanist. And loads of shrubs and small plants and seasonal stuff. This is the beauty about it, because then I take it to a place where you had wild leek, but because it's out of season, the seeds are left. And then the seeds come into play during spring, and it brings edible vegetables.
Yes.
So maybe in the future, when you're thinking about architecture, you have to consider about, if it's a woodland, consider this a woodland park. So you won't necessarily find every plant being named. So it's just a woodland, and it's meant to be rustic, wild, to give you a sense that yes, you're in the city, but you can be in the countryside. Everything is haphazardly arranged, but still neatly organized for you to walk. The botanical garden is different. Everything is organized, named. You don't get that here. But you can sense the variety of plants as you can look around. The plants vary.
It's different, I think, and in my opinion, and they have some like higher trees. Is the names is it's cherry.
Cherry tree?
Yes, cherry trees.
Yes, there are some cherry trees. There are plenty of cherry trees on that side.
Yeah.
Yes, plenty of cherry trees on that side.
The tall is very like is 20 meters high trees, and I forgot the name.
I don't know.
Yes, I know it's used the Chinese name.
Oh.
I don't understand.
What is it in Chinese?
It's Bai.
Pai.
Shu. Shu names is trees.
Yes.
Shu is
Shu.
trees. Yeah.
Shu.
Bai is Bai.
Bai shu.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's Bai. It's white.
White.
White. It's Bai.
Oh, bai.
Yeah,
So it's like
bai.
white tree?
Yeah.
Oh.
In China, sorry, I forgot to use it in
No,
China.
that's okay.
In English name.
I don't know what it is in English, because that's not my specialty. I know cherry tree because
I learned something about name of trees, but it's so much, so I don't.
I know
I thought,
cherry tree
yeah.
because I forage for cherries.
Yeah, some
But
it's
others I
along
don't know.
the academic words, so it's difficult for me.
Yes.
So, yeah. So okay, so last question is how much of the nature landscape of this area please you?
Pleases me?
Yes, is how much of the natural landscape of this area?
How much of the natural landscape of this area pleases you?
Yes.
I would say all of it, because it's in a city, and you get a woodland in a city. You have to sort of, I appreciate that the effort have been made to make available natural environment that people can walk in. The trees are still there. As you can see between amidst the trees, there are houses, right? So people's backyard, and they come out of their backyard, there's a woodland.
Yeah,
It didn't
this
have
is
to be.
woodland.
They would probably would have to drive on the outskirts of Edinburgh to get that, but the Edinburgh Council have made it available for people. They preserved it, they maintained it, and they do as much as they can to make sure it's clear enough if there's any fallen down trees and so forth. So it pleases me greatly that I've got this. But the most important part for me is not just the woodland alone, it's the ability to forage for stuff. And this is where it becomes important, because I know you're filling out the questionnaire, but I think for you, you'll get the context when you start to see the other aspect of it. So you've got the trees, and sometimes people think about the trees and so forth, which helped with I think the overall wellness of our mental health because of the relaxation, the birds are singing and so forth. But have people ever considered the possibility of foraging for stuff? The idea of accessing food, especially in a time where people are lacking sufficient funds to buy additional food, we can forage for it. This is what this part of the woodland helps with. Forage for wild raspberries. We've got wild raspberries up here. During spring, they can get wild leek, ground elder, and nettle. You can use to make soup, stir fry, hot pot. So just put your beef in, your season. You just dip
I saw this many shows in this, and they have camping in the woodland. Yes. But I think the important is, I think it's dependent the age. And for the younger that are like a child and younger, and they will to find a challenging, interesting things, and to camping and in the wood. But in the elder people, and through my interview for them, they like to walk in the dog and around this the castle park because they like open space.
Yes.
No trees. No trees.
But
open
for the
space. It's just around the castle. It's open space. Just have the grasses,
Yes.
Yes. So I think that that is dependent
For the young people, yes.
For the young people.
However, there have been a project that I witnessed. I take you to a ground just right here where they are engaging the young people in loving the woodland. So we're talking about 3, 4, 5-year-old. They've got a woodland school during school time, school season.
School?
Yes.
It's
open
it's
school.
Very nearly here. Or?
Yes, it's right here. So what it means is, and I think it's a mixture of different kids from all over, different countries, but people who live here that take their kids to the school. I think it's like a nursery school like. So anywhere from maybe 3 to 5, 6. Oh, here we've got some wild strawberries. See? See?
Oh, it's wild strawberry.
Yes, and they're dotted all over. So picture you have in your fruit salad. You can just pop it right in the fruit salad. So this is what I'm saying. So maybe what needs to happen is to engage some of the young people in things like this, which that school is doing. So if we go through that little bit there, we'll get to see how people are addressing that very issue that you mentioned. So in this middle here, right in Little France Park, they host their school. I think it's closed at the moment because it's summer. But during term time, they set up tents and whatever, and they'll have their school. As I said, it's meant to be naturalistic or naturistic, that kids get to fall in love with the woodland. Yeah? So they pitch everything here, and the kids would go around doing stuff regarding nature. So all this bit is occupied by them. See this nice open space? So they're in their protective clothing, yes? Because sometimes it can get wet and all that. So as I rightly said, it depends on the age, but there are people who start to think about how they can address that. And one of it is nature school. Now, it's not the only one in Scotland or in Britain. It might be maybe, I wouldn't say it's a new thing, but it's a thing that's catching on. And I've seen parents come and collect their kids and take them home after. The kids loved it.
Yes, kids love it.
And
yes,
it doesn't matter if it's
exactly.
winter, summer, if it's raining. So the idea is that the next generation, at least some in the next generation, will grow up with an appreciation of nature. But if you're in the public school system, it's a bit more rare, because when you're doing curriculum, I guess in China, think of when you were in school and you're studying, it's maths, or if you're doing business, that or whatever, you have to get straight A, whatever, so you can go to the best university and so forth. You won't think about teaching kids about nature and so forth. That won't get into Edinburgh University or Oxford, you know?
Yeah.
So you start to think about the mindset of parents. So it's sometimes we're thinking about the kids. So it's not only about the kids. If the parents' mindset is about, I want them to be doctors, lawyers, whatever, all this would pass by the way. Nonetheless, it doesn't stop the need for wanting your kids to succeed. All they need to do is to make sure that when they've got time off, from there very early, to start to take them into the woodlands. Take them off the mobile phone for a bit, or off the gaming for a bit. Take them for a walk. Some parents do that, and the kids enjoy playing around. When they reach teenage years, it's a different stuff. Because you know the hormones kick in and they want to do something different.
Yes.
But it's about coming up with, so maybe in the
Right.
future, when you guys think about architecture of a woodland setting, you have to think about how will it engage kids, teens, adults, or families.
Family.
There must be some form of family engagement. So the architecture must have such that it have something for them to do with the hands, especially for the younger ones, because their minds are still developing. So they like to do stuff with their hands. For the teens, something to give them self-esteem. Because you know, teens, that they are at a stage where their self-esteem is challenged, because they are now entering into a stage where they are thinking about, okay, with my peers, do I fit into this group? So there must be activity or the architecture, something that welcome them to build their self-esteem, so self-esteem development. So it will be nice that in the future, when I visit China, you've got parks that engage teens in challenging their self-esteem to make them great. So if they are good at maths, the architecture, the woodland must have some way of helping them to challenge calculating stuff, distance between that. I don't know, I'm just saying. But you see now how they can get involved, because it's testing them.
Yeah.
What about creating games in the future that involve woodland? So it's not about zombie fighting in the woodlands. It could be about solving maths problem in the branches. You see what I'm saying? But they have to go there to get the ambience of it. You start to see
yeah,
how
I
possible
see.
it is.
I,
So
I thought it before.
you thought of that before?
Yeah.
So that's how, because they want to challenge the intellect. But if it involves using the mobile phone and they're in the area and they have to find the location, they have to find the chip on the branch somewhere, but they have to track and trail. They can't just find it. They have to walk it.
Yeah, it's very interesting game. Like
Yes.
yes.
And then for the elderly, they already walked it.
Yeah.
So it is possible. So as you can see, a location. Now, I was telling you about foraging. You notice, you see some small little green dots, these things? This is wild leek seed.
Why do we see?
Wild leek. Wild leek, right?
I'm translate and you're say something. Wildly.
Wild leek. Wild leek.
Oh. Wild leek.
Yes. So wild leek, you get plenty of this here. So during spring, I come and forage for wild leek to make soup and all sorts of stuff and bread and so forth. Now it's summer, there are raspberries, we just passed some raspberries, and there's wild strawberry and blackberries, yes? During autumn, there's elderberry and blackberry too. So for me, it pleases me a lot that I can, for some people it's walking, for me it's foraging, sourcing food, but just nature.
Yeah.
For
that's
bird
in nature.
lovers.
Yeah. You can find many wild a fruit.
Yes.
That's interesting and
Yes.
exciting, and every day you can find a different.
Just look at it. They're just sitting there. So
if we take the lick to get home, so they can grow it.
maybe it's in China already. I don't know. Is it in China?
Uh,
You have to
I-
see what it looks like. I don't have my mobile phone on me, but I left it at home.
By home. Okay.
If you want to Google, do you have access to Google?
Google, yeah, I know. I have Google.
So let me type my name. O-Y-N-I-S-S-H.
O-Y-N-I-S-S-H.
Yeah, that's me. I'll let you see what Wild Leek looks like. It's the website.
Wow.
I'm working on a new constructed language that uses character, but it's not Chinese character. You'll see what it looks like. But it evolved from the food, because my focus is on health promotion. That's what I studied at Edinburgh, health promotion.
Yeah, you
Health
also
studies.
so
Yes.
what's the study name?
Health studies.
Health study. Oh,
So-
nice.
So I'm interested in health. So these are the characters. They don't look like Chinese characters. But
It's a language.
it is a language.
You-
But
you
it comes from the
create
food. It comes from the food, and it comes from the idea of foraging for stuff, and it turns
Oh,
pattern.
nice.
But let's go to the food section. That's where I wanted to show you what wild leek looks like. So let's go to the food website. Oh, it's not coming down yet. Sorry.
Use his phone. My phone is his website is low.
Let's go on to another way of accessing it. There's supposed to be another link. Okay.
Sure. No.
Wild leek. No?
No.
Oh.
Maybe the website is not good.
No,
I can try that. Okay.
There we
let's
go. So let's look for wild leek.
Ooh.
Maybe it's mine.
Oh, and let's look for food. So just type in wild leek. Let me see.
This is wild strawberry.
That's strawberry.
Oh, nice.
So let's type in wild leek. I just want to see what it looks like. Leek. This is wild leek.
Ooh.
And these are the seeds.
I like it leek actually.
Yeah?
I like it leek in China. We always do use the leek to make the dumplings,
Yeah.
pork and dumplings.
I use it to make bread too.
You like?
Yes, you just chop it and add it to the bread. That's it. And remember, wild leek, it's part of the onion family, like shallot, onion, garlic, so
Yes,
forth.
garlic.
You just chop
onions,
it and mix it in when you're making the dough. If you're making steamed dumpling, you can chop it finely and incorporate it into the dumpling, and it steams up, so you get that nice aroma of the garlicky thing. Yes, you can do bunch of stuff.
It's so nice, and yeah.
So for me, it varies for others. For others, it's jogging, cycling. For me, though, it's foraging, because yes, I can walk and enjoy the environment, but when I'm promoting healthy eating seasonally, I can vlog and tell people about the importance of eating seasonal, because I'm foraging for wild raspberry. I can just eat it raw. Take it home, wash it and eat it raw. Get all the nutrients. But then you can use it to make jam, so forth. The wild leek during spring, use it to make soup, blah, 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 etc.
Yes.
So it's a complete package for me, because I learn to use the park efficiently.
You can find many
Cherry
cherry
trees.
trees. Yeah.
Cherry trees are, let me see the best way to go. Cherry trees are, I think the best way to go to the cherry trees, probably go back out. And I'll take you to the cherry trees. Everyone, I'll conclude the vlog at the moment. Are you finished with the questions?
Yes,
But I could take you around so you can understand the concept.
Okay.
because you're doing the questionnaire, but it's good for you to be in the environment because I'm talking to you about it. But even if you pause the question, at least if you show you and explain, it gives you more context, just like we've just discussed. But if you see more of it, then it helps to enhance your understanding. So I know you probably look at it with the research.
It's very useful.
Quantitative, but when you think about qualitative research, when you're thinking about the quality of how it benefits people, then you start to talk to your government or your local body. Okay, when we're doing an architecture, you have to think about people's quality of life.
Yes.
So you think about, okay, can they forage for stuff?
Yeah.
Can they do this?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
And
think
make food. And Chinese would love that because there should be a part of the park where they can forage for, get additional ingredients, take to the restaurant, make food for the local community.
Yes,
You see
yes,
now.
yeah,
So it's not
exactly.
just about the making of stuff, but the quality of life, because then it helps them to earn a living, pay the tax, feed the family, send them to universities that they can come to Edinburgh and study.
Yes, exactly. Nice. Yes, you something is few minutes. I learned more knowledge for you. Yes, I think I can improve my questions and for you. You know, it's
No
very,
problem. So guys, I'm going to end the vlog, but I'm going to take them around a bit so that they can get a context of the area. So as I said, this is why I do what I do. So you might be wondering why I do foraging all along. You see, I went to Pennycook, I do foraging, Musbar and so forth. Now we meet people doing research because they are thinking about how they can improve their country. We're talking about people from China, and they're thinking about going back to China to improve the quality of parks in China so people can not only enjoy walking about but have overall quality. Now you see the importance of engaging in your park and enjoying it. For me, it's foraging. So when I introduce foraging vlogs to you, it's because it adds to the value of the quality of life. So I'm going to end the vlog and take them around, and I'll make this video available for you, but also for you too. And hopefully when you're on YouTube, when you go on YouTube, did you find me on YouTube?
You can give me number. I will ever find it.
So just type in Oy'Nissh. You just go on YouTube and type in my name.
YouTube.
So
Is this you?
yes. So I try and make the video available, but remember to subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends, all of them.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very
so that
nice.
they can
Thank you
engage.
so
Because
much.
then you can follow the trend.
Oh,
Because
for sure.
I do other parks too and other
Oh.
woodlands. So I can get to follow what's happening.
Oh,
and the
that's
development.
nice. That's
'Cause
nice.
each
That's
varies.
very nice. Yeah.
Some woodland are near to golf courses.
Golf courses.
So you can't really... There we go, that's me.
Ooh.
That's my channel. So those are my videos.
Ah, nice.
So loads of stuff. And the language, as you can see, it doesn't look like Chinese language, but those are the characters.
It's interesting, yeah.
But it came from the food, you know.
Yes,
It
it came
came-
from
the
yeah,
idea
I
of
thought it seems like the blueberry or strawberry is very like a fruit language, you know.
I know it's just something fun. That's
Interesting, very interesting.
so you can
I'm
subscribe
very-
and follow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I focus on you. Yeah, and they say Charlie, and I will focus later.
Yes.
but yeah.
So I'm going to end the vlog and then I'll take them around.